Hey, this is Paul from Jones Physical Therapy. Physical therapy is a very local business. Many of the people we serve live within 10 miles of our door. We also employ a lot of local people. We use local goods and services, and we're very proud of our contribution to the community. So this month we're going to do a special on other small businesses in our community, and today we're talking to PJ's on Highway 22. This is one of the oldest PJ's locations, and it's owned by Polly Juleff. And we're going to talk today to Nathan Juleff, who is her son, who's involved in the day-to-day operations at this location. All right, so I'm here with Nathan Juleff, who's involved in the day-to-day operations here at PJ's on Highway 22. Nathan, thanks for having us today.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Tell us how this business came to be.
Man, so it's been a long process, but one that feels like it's also been pretty quick for us. It's been here for 30 years. So back in the day when Phyllis Jordan started to brew her coffee, she was sharing it with friends and family, and then eventually created a franchise. And this is the very first franchise outside of the city of New Orleans, just the third store for PJ's. So, I mean, it's been here for about 30 years, and the community's been growing ever since, I would say.
And so it's different from your usual sort of corporate coffee chain.
Yeah.
It's very homey. It's like a little house.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those places that I think people feel comfortable being in, and it doesn't feel like a restaurant environment or a cafe environment or anything like that. We have people who come here and they set up shop all day, whether that's for work or for school or whatever the case may be. And not to mention the patio out back. We love to be able to kind of hang out here. There's lots of groups of kids that come here, and they enjoy being out back, and so it's pretty good, yeah.
So tell us something about you.
Well, so I've been in South Louisiana since I was 11 years old. I went to Mandeville Junior High and North Lake Christian School, and from there I was at the University of Mississippi for a short time. I enjoyed being an athlete and a student there, and decided to shift focus, join the military. I was in the Army for 6 years, and while I was doing that, I was a mechanic on Black Hawk helicopters. I was also a crew member, and I spent some time deployed to both Afghanistan and North Africa. And during my time I spent in the military, I learned a lot from so many different people. And I was thankful for the discipline and the leadership and the things that it gave me. But once my 6 years was up, it was time to go. Came back to South Louisiana, and here I am.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I'm glad you made it back.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
So what does a typical day look like here at PJ's?
Starts early, bright and early, 4:30 in the morning. Just about the person who's opening the store has a lot to do right when they get here. They've got coffee to brew, they've got pastries to bake, and from there it's just getting everything ready, making sure everything's in order, making sure there's plenty of napkins and tops and straws and pastries to fill the case, because bright and early, 6 a.m., these doors swing open and the people don't stop. It's all day long. It's great. From 6 a.m. to about 10 a.m., there's just customers who are getting ready to get to work or bringing kids to school, or people that we see on a regular basis daily, sometimes more than once. So we just support the community. We get them rolling, and then in the afternoon we keep them going, all the way through the evening when we have kids who are either studying, tutors who are coming in to help with students, to get them ready for tests or keep them going through the school year. Like I said, we have people who come in just to set up shop, and this is their office, and this is where they get their emails done and things. So it's a comfortable environment, I think, and we like to keep it that way. So we got 60s rock rolling all day.
Nice.
It's good.
So you can get anything you want here, right? So what's the most complicated thing you've ever had to
make
for somebody?
It's not so much the most complicated thing that you've ever had to make for anybody. It's knowing how to get to know whatever that person wants, especially when they might not be as familiar with what you do on a daily basis, right?
Right.
So I mean, I think I just got good at reading people's minds.
You're like a psychologist.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep.
Very good. So, what are your hours?
So our hours are bright and early, 6 a.m. during the week until 9 p.m. And then on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, we're open at 7 and we finish at 9 p.m. So we're always open early, we're always open late. And the only days we're actually scheduled to be closed all day long is Christmas Day. So if you're here any other day and we're not open, give us a call because we might need your help. We don't know.
So what's your favorite product here?
I really like the iced coffee. So if you come in here, we do some things that are pretty traditional as opposed to some other places. I like to use the hot espresso over ice to make an iced Americano, and I'll throw some flavored iced coffee on top to give it a little bit of that flavor, but not the sweetness because I don't like a lot of sugar in my drinks. Sometimes I'll add some cream to sweeten it up, but otherwise I'm just a black coffee over ice kind of guy.
Very good.
It's the good stuff.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite part of being part of this community?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really enriching experience to be able to be a part of a community that has developed itself over the years and stayed so tight-knit and so close. And I feel like we are able to keep those communities not just coming back, but keep them connected to each other. We have a really strong law enforcement and service member community that comes into the shop regularly. And I think not just those service members that we like to honor that come in the store, but also their families, and then those people who extend from that. And like I said before too, business people and whatnot, man, that's what it gives back.
I've had a lot of meetings here. When people want to meet you, they say go to PJ's Highway 22, everybody knows where it is.
Right.
And, so I'm sure there's a lot of ideas being hatched here. And,
heck yeah. It's a good one. When you feel like you're at home, I mean, that's the environment that you want, to be able to be most creative, to be most comfortable.
That's true, yeah.
So I think it just works out well that way.
So do you have any special offers throughout the year?
Yeah, right now we're actually doing, for this summer, we're doing a happy hour from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. where all iced coffees, frozen granita, and tea mixers are all half off. So come on in and hang out.
All the cold stuff.
Yeah, that's the right
great
stuff to keep cool.
Yeah.
So come see us.
So what's next for this PJ's location?
Next for this PJ's, in the near future, not exactly sure when, but there is a renovation coming, right? We're going to keep all the same feel, all the homey vibes.
We're going to keep the patio, right?
Yeah, the patio is going to stay. We're going to do all those good things that we know help people feel comfortable, like we were talking about before. But we're going to just give it that new life, bring it up a little bit, maybe even have a little more space. So
very good.
Yeah, it should be great.
So what's next for Nathan?
Next for me is back to school shortly. It's been some good time to transition back from the military, spend some time in Mandeville close to family and whatnot, and work hard. But next is back to school for a new focus.
Very good.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting going back to school after, having had so many experiences.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to get back and start to test myself on just how much knowledge I can go accrue again. So that's definitely a step in the right direction.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us today.
Yeah, thank you,
I really
Paul.
appreciate it.
No doubt.
It's always good to see you.
Thank you so much, brother.